My name is Mazzi, and I'm part of Spice of My People. I'm originally Syrian. I grew up in Brazil. And then when I was 14, my parents decided to move to Dubai. And one of the things that stuck with me in Dubai was that how everybody was always trying to make money. At the age of 23, I decided that I wanted to be a millionaire at the age of 30. My father had already made it in his life and he retired at the age of 40. And so for me, it was kind of like trying to get an achievement that I could do it before he did. At 23, I started my first business. And when I was 30, I had made a few $1,000,000. I bought myself a Ferrari for my 30th birthday. About 2 weeks after I bought the car, I was coming out from a party and I was drinking that night. I got into a really big accident with 5 cars and I ended up under a pickup truck. I spent one night in jail. And in that one night that I was in jail was a really powerful night, because here I was, this guy that, you know, in my own mind and my own ego, I had achieved so much, but yet I was in the same kind of cell and everything as everybody else. And I realized that, my lifestyle was not really what I wanted. I thought that, you know, happiness could be bought and I would go and stay in 5-star hotels around the world, but I wasn't happy. And so I left Dubai, I gave away my businesses, and I started traveling. I went to Europe, I went to many places, I backpacked at first, I stayed in hostels. It was just strange coming from 5-star kind of hotel life to, you know, sharing dorms with people. I travel, I'm mostly in South America. My base right now is in a place called Vilcabamba, Ecuador. And it's a beautiful little village in the mountains. Every so often, I decide to go away for a few months and go and discover, so I don't get used to being just in that beautiful place. Now I'm actually living in my van and I'm absolutely loving my life. I bought this van in San Diego. That's where I started my journey up here to Oregon. This van is a 1985 VW Adventure Wagon. It's really nice because I can actually stand up in this van, which is a little different than the Westphalias. So I can stand up, I can be totally comfortable while I'm cooking or while I'm doing anything here. And it's easy to access my storage area up here. This desk folds down. And then over here is where my bed pops out, so I lower the seat and then this unfolds into a double bed. Up here is another bed, but for now I've used it mostly for storage. And then over here I have a sink, and just where you are over there is where I have a stove. Then I have also a fridge in here. The only thing I don't have is a shower, but that I can always go out and get showered somewhere else. So I've started a new business now, but now this new business that I've started has a completely different purpose. Spice of My People is basically, I buy things from different parts of the world, like stones and medicine from Brazil, like tribal medicines and things like that. And I take them to different places where people haven't heard about them or things are starting to get known. And that's what we call Spice of My People. This is the box of goodies, some of the things that I carry. Some incense here. These are frankincense from Ethiopia. I have frankincense from Oman. I carry myrrh, copal from South America, sage from the United States, and then a bunch of Tibetan sandalwood. These are also some of the goodies that I carry. These are mouth harps. They're musical instruments. It's one of the oldest musical instruments ever made. I'm not very good at it, but I'm learning, and this is a really cool instrument for meditation and, you know, just playing by the fire. It goes really well with the didgeridoo, which is also another instrument that I've been carrying as well. I have portable didgeridoos, which are easy to store in the van. And so the most valuable incense in the world is actually this Omani incense. Boswellia sacra is the name of the type of incense. And it just has such a wonderful smell. And now in Oman, which is near Dubai, they've been using it for treatments of cancer as well. I want to be able to get the best products out there to the people. All my businesses now, which is I have got this business that I just started, and I've got a falafel restaurant I started in Vilcabamba. 50% of everything that I make, I donate it to charity. Right now we have one active center that is in the south of Brazil, in this small fishing village, and we've set up a little medical clinic for them. We have a full-time doctor and a full-time nurse that is paid by the government. We've donated the house that was on the property, and we're basically provide services to people completely for free. The reason why I've changed mostly is because I met this really inspiring woman. Her name is Milena, and today she's my wife. When I first met Milena, she got really sick. She's had 2 cancers, a bone marrow transplant, and then later on a tumor in her thyroid. Basically, all the money that I had mostly made in Dubai went towards buying these properties and then paying off for medical expenses from her and from people in her family that we helped. Feeling that suffering and seeing that suffering that she's going through, it was like a direct experience for me, even though I wasn't actually, being the one that was sick. But I noticed how much money we had spent. We've spent over $1 million in hospital bills. And so this project that now we're doing just seems like the right thing for us to do and have it completely sustainable. And the way to do that is with this new business ideas that I've been coming up with, and just living like a hippie. I'm living like a hippie, but I'm also, have the mind of a businessman. I've been realizing that the secret to my happiness, at least, has been to detach from a lot of the things that I gathered over my 31st years of my life. I own properties in Dubai, and I own properties in different places, but it was always a worry, or the money I had in the bank, and what's the interest rate I'm making on this, and how much of that, and so now I've gotten to the point where most of this is not important anymore. And so my secret to happiness is to live in the present. And I feel that the more I'm in line with what I'm really here to do, the more I am happy doing it. And then the right people come my way, and the right situations happen, and everything just becomes great. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I don't remember ever seeing a picture of myself smiling in it. And now I can hardly take the smile off my face whenever I'm going around.
I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. I apologize for not posting for the past 3 weeks. I've been working on a farm out here in Oregon to replenish my funds so that I can continue to make content for you. But today I launched a Patreon campaign that if you would like to support the channel and become an assistant producer to the content that I produce, go over to patreon.com/Dylan McGaster. Contribute as much as you would like to. It would be greatly appreciated, and you would help support the channel and support the content so that I can produce better content for you. Also, over on the Patreon page, I'll be putting out little bits of content here and there that is exclusive to patrons. And so if you would like to be a member of that group in that little club that I'm creating, go over to patreon.com/Dylan McGaster and contribute as much as you would like. But anyway, thank you guys, and I will see you guys next week.